Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is a Raid Shadow Legends video. Today we've got a special guest on the channel. We are joined by another free-to-play challenger, YST in the house. YST, how you doing?
How's it going, Hades? Hope you're keeping well. The free-to-play grind continues.
The grind is real. Yeah, look, the topic for today is going to be the biggest mistake, I think, and this is my opinion. I wanted to kind of chat it out with YST, but the biggest mistake I think you can make as a free-to-player based on my kind of experience this time round. I guess before we do that, YST, how are you finding free-to-play life?
The free-to-play life is good. It's a bit refreshing because I haven't really done many free-to-plays since I started Raid. Like I dabbled in it a little bit when I first started YouTube, and it didn't last very long, if I'm honest. It was a bit like just splashing out shards and just having fun when I didn't have enough energy on my main account.
Yeah.
But this is the first time I'm fully diving into it, and it's a different experience because when we first started, there wasn't a forge, right? There wasn't a Doom Tower, there wasn't advanced quests. So it's just kind of seeing
even
the
faction wars, right? Was there even faction wars at that point? Wasn't for me, I think, when I first started.
Maybe not when I first started my main, but when I did the second free-to-play, I think there was, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But in terms of like all of the new stuff and seeing how it is coming into it in 2023, it's definitely a lot different because there's so many things to consider when you're pulling these champions, right? Whether that be, oh, I might want to keep this champion for a Doom Tower battle, or I might want to keep this champion for this. And it's not just purely campaign farmer. You kind of have to look ahead a little bit. So
yeah, for sure.
It's been fun, man. Yeah.
And so we've got like 1,300 people at the moment and more joining every day. Taking part in like the community part of this challenge. And by the way, I know we had loads of questions on this. We should have leaderboards up and running by tomorrow, guys. I know I've had loads of questions in my comments, like when are the trackers coming out? When's the leaderboards happening? It'll be from tomorrow, and it's not too late to get involved if you want to. I'll put some of those links down below. But I was going to ask, like, how's your community kind of reacted to it? 'Cause I know your content perhaps isn't normally focused on early game stuff, or isn't really focused in this way. It's normally quite kind of in-depth guides, right?
Yeah, so usually like for the past 2 years on my YouTube channel is just purely guides. And I was actually speaking about this on stream that as a creator, I'm finding it a little bit weird. Like in a sense of I'm so used to showing people how to do things and not just talking for 25 minutes in a video. And I feel like it's a very different way of content style for me anyway, because I spent 2 years doing something completely different. But I feel like my community is engaging a lot in it. I'm getting like higher viewerships on streams and stuff like that. I'm not sure if you're seeing the same thing. So a lot of people seem to be very interested in this topic of the free-to-play series. So yeah, man, I feel like everyone's enjoying it, which is the main thing, right?
Well, that's cool. Look, so I guess there's been so many people that have started new accounts. I've seen different ways of playing. I've learned new things myself. I've seen people blowing records out the water in like literally the first 24, 48 hours, which has been insane. But one of the things which I wanted to kind of draw to everyone's kind of attention is what I think is the biggest mistake that people think they're going to do, and then actually they either don't do it or they do it and they cripple themselves at the start. And like, I don't know, did you ever play like World of Warcraft or a game like that? Was that kind of your background at all?
Yeah, I played World of Warcraft quite a lot, yeah.
Yeah, so you know how our brains now are kind of registered. We're kind of like inbuilt to say certain color items, certain color champions are good and some are crap, right? So grays, crap. Greens, bad. Blues, okay, but you know you're getting rid of them soon. Purples, okay, these might be interested. And then gold, they're good. Yeah, that's basically like our brains are now like triggered around those colors. Yeah, same with item drops, same with everything. It's like, this is a legendary piece. You end up rolling up some sort of flat stat boots. Now, I feel like the same thing happens when you start a new account, even more so with these promo codes that pop up. When we first started kind of looking at free-to-play accounts, we all got given a new player promo code. Yeah, we span the wheel. We got a random one, but other people will choose their own promo code, yeah? And you got this kind of choice of Lady Quillen, Shinuru, Talia, Mordecai, Deke to start with. Now, do you remember when we were talking about it in stream, who was the champion that you said you would have as your first 6-star?
I said initially in my head, I thought Ronda. I thought Ronda being a free legendary champion. And I felt like the base stats and everything she provides could be really cool in Clan Boss and Arena, which still I stand by a lot.
Yeah.
But of course, I feel like since then, It's not happening anymore.
Yeah,
And I feel like the main reason is once I've been playing and realizing how hard it is to get ascension potions,
that's the
of
one.
course, the legendary skill tomes and all of these things is actually a lot more energy that you need to pump into these areas. Where at this stage of the game, we're not even doing those high floors to get the big drop rates, right? We're just investing in the lower floors, trying to do it efficiently. So I felt like, do you know what? I'm gonna 6-star somebody else, which is probably gonna be my starter champion now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
Yeah,
definitely
so
swayed because of the potions is the main thing.
I'm in the same spot. So when I was thinking about who did I want to 6-star first, I thought Shinuru. I
Hmm.
thought Shinuru was going to be. Just I hadn't really played with her at all, and I played with the starter champions before. She seemed like she had quite a fun kit, and she and the other thing is when you get her straight away versus a starter, your starter's a 3-star, your
Hmm.
epic's the 4-star. So actually, she takes out more damage, but it was a complete bait. It's a complete bait at the start of the game, especially with Shinuru, because you can't even use her main skill at the start of the game.
Yeah.
You have to ascend her. You have to. 100%. Like, you cannot use her big a skill which makes her an awesome campaign farmer without
Yeah.
ascending her. By the way,
It's
Raid,
this.
change that. Change it. It's not right.
It's true because the same thing with like I'm not sure if you've seen, but I pulled a Deacon Armstrong in
Right.
the 2x event, and it's the same thing because he doesn't get the extra turn mechanic unless you ascend him to 3 stars. And getting those ascension potions is so tedious, man. I'm not sure if it's going
Yeah.
to show you in the index because
It
it's got
doesn't.
the
No,
six
no.
star.
That's interesting. So you
You need to
unlock the
ascend a
gets an
skill.
extra turn, right? If you
Yeah.
ascend. Yeah.
So it's kind of that thing where if you don't have him at the 3 star ascension, you're not able to do so. And
Yeah.
yeah,
And this for me is debate because I thought to myself, well, you know what? 3-star ascension's not bad. You can see mine's ascended 2-star. I wasted a lot of energy to get enough big pots, and I was farming stage 7. I wasted a lot of energy early on trying to get her to 3-star. But it's just so much. Like, even now to take it to the next level, look at this.
it's
9
insane. It's a lot.
big green more pot. I've already put 9 into her. 9
Yeah.
more. I was just like, I need to cut this off.
Yeah.
I can't do it. So I ended up going for the El Hain, which I think for anyone watching this who's actually a new player, your starter hero, no matter which one you pick, is, I think, in 100% of the situation, I think it's the right person to 6-star first.
Yeah, it is really, I agree with that actually. I just feel like the cost value of the books, we get a lot of rare books at the start of the game, so that's investing straight away into the skills and getting extra damage and cooldowns of a rare champion. And then of course, it doesn't take as many ascension potions, so it's not as
Yeah.
intensive in getting the 6-star one. So you can unlock your banners and your amulets, and they're gonna do a lot of damage, right? Like these starter champions aren't wet noodles, unless it's a Gallic. Sorry, bro. But
Yeah.
but in 9 times out of 10, these champions will carry you to at least stage 20 dungeons, right? 100%. And even in
Definitely.
arena, they carry a lot of value with the nuking and all of that good stuff. But yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
and even like Ronda. So I thought maybe Ronda, same as you. In my head, I was thinking Ronda could be the one. But like you said there, I mean, to ascend legendaries, it's even worse. Obviously, like this is an epic. By the point that we're going for legendaries here, they need the big pots,
Yep.
and I mean, it would take you so long to get your ascension pots that you need, even if because the trouble is like you don't get to the point where you're farming the bigger pots until you've got a 60. Like you
Yeah.
need the 60 to get slightly higher levels to then be able to do this stuff. So it's almost like it's like a false economy. And the further you go in a direction of this is who I'm going to do, I feel like the further you're tunnel visioned in to say, yeah, I'm going to carry on in this direction.
Yeah. It's because you get carried away with it, right? Like the main thing is get your 60 champion guys. Like that's like the main focus. And of course,
I mean,
like
your
if you
power just goes through the roof, doesn't it? Once you've got a
yeah, it's like
60,
once you
it goes
unlock
through the
those
roof.
tier 6 masteries, then that's like
Yeah.
instant boost to your clan boss damage. That's increased to all of your damage and base stats on your champions. And I feel like once you've got that initial 60, whether that be your rare starter or whatever, then you can start thinking about the future, right? Because you're going
Yeah.
to be making a next 60 and a next 60, and there's no reason why your starter champion can't be that person to enable you to do that a lot more quickly.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Especially when you consider that basically you need the 60 to progress further in missions, further in challenges, all of these things. And actually, that's where you start to find your legendary tomes, your epic tomes. You actually get some ascension pots. You know, you start to get those different rewards, but you can't really get there without the first 60 because you need that power boost to take yourself higher and start to get to these higher levels in certainly missions. And yeah, I strongly feel like loads of us actually, when we were talking about who should we do first, were thinking in different directions. Maybe your second champion could be a Ronda, or your second champion could be an epic champion as a 60.
Yeah.
But I honestly think in 100% of the situation, it should be your starter heroes, your first 60.
Yeah, and if you just head into the missions briefly as well, like guys, if you pay close attention here, I feel like they did a pretty good job with the missions. The actual challenges is a different scenario altogether, but missions in general, they do send you into the potion keeps, right? Like farm 25 lesser potions.
They do, yeah. I've just done a couple, yeah. So
and then they give you the medium ones in the mix. So in that time that you've ranked up your first 60 champion and you're getting to these higher missions, by the time that you're kind of clearing these missions with your new 60 champion, when it comes around to building up your new 60, you're going to be doing all of these missions and you will have attained a bunch of these medium potions. And you might even get some good RNG and get the big potions whilst farming the missions that they're telling you to do. So I feel like it's worth doing that first 60 champion, get these potions in the meantime, and stay on top of your missions to get as many as possible because they are intensive.
They are, yeah. But they're also, obviously, Lady H is playing a raid account for the first time. Yeah. And she comes to me with questions and stuff. And a lot of the times I try and direct her back to, if you just follow the missions through, like do your campaign farming and stuff, but keep dipping back into the missions to see what the missions are directing you to do next. Because 99% of them are actually very good in terms of improving your understanding of the game.
Yeah.
The 1% where it's like, equip everyone in attack percent, boots, chest, and gloves. You're just like, why is that one still there? Like, that's really the only one in missions for me, which is an absolute clanger that they've left in.
Do you know in the challenges? I need to ask you a question. How long did it take you in the sewers of Arnok to get those attack things?
You know what?
I swear.
I'd stopped doing it.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if you were on my stream. I had 2 people on my stream that had basically beaten the game and in an insane, not beaten the game, but they got their first 60. One dude got his first 60 on day 1.
Oh yeah, I seen that one. I was watching that. Yeah.
I was like, wow. And he said that the sewers missions were one of the reasons why he did.
Because, is it?
And so I'd stopped doing them, and I was like, what do you mean? And actually, because you forget these things, like it's a year since I did my last free-to-play.
Yeah.
Once you get past those annoying sewers missions, which should be changed for sure. Why are you getting us to farm normal raid?
No,
we're so far past the sewers normal at this point.
Joyce is so in particular, right? It's so particular. It's like farm an attack percent 2-star, or it'll go. It'll say farm a 3-star, which took me. I actually added it up, Hades. Right? It took me for the first set of missions. It took me nearly 1,000 energy, by the way, to get my first 3-star ones in that stage 2 mission, and then they leaded me into stage 5 where it was like farm a 2-star of attack percent. So then they make you farm a 3-star and then they send you back to a 2-star and everything has to be done in normal. I'm like, why can't we just do this in brutal?
Yeah, makes no sense. Is it. That's what it should be. It should be, because on other stuff they updated it to be like,
or
you
higher.
Can farm Dragon 5 or higher.
Yeah.
Or higher. That's the word. So I think they need to change that as well. But once you get past that, it still takes you to a silly level. It takes you to Carrick's Castle.
That's the HP percent one, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's the HP percent ones, but you can actually do it on the brutal levels. And also, you get loads of energy for doing it. Like, once you've completed it, you get like, I think it was about 200 energy drop. So that actually helped me get my first 6-star quicker. So once I'd got past the annoying one, it was worth doing in the end, but it's so RNG heavy, right?
Yeah.
So one of them, I literally did it first run. I was like, this is amazing. And then the next one, I spent about 500 energy. I was like, this is horrendous. So
I was doing it behind the scenes, and then I did it on stream thinking, I might get viewer luck here. And then boom, like I was just mocking it. I was like, yo, how many times have you did it? 10,000, congratulations. Like, I gave up. But it was good. It's actually worth doing it, guys. Like, it is very, very intensive. It'll blow your brains out. But once you are doing it, you're getting so much in return, whether that be the skill terms, the energies that you're talking about. You get nice silver along the way. So it's 100% worth the investment. It's just sometimes your brain needs a bit of a rest.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm curious because obviously this is one that I've called out as what I think
Yeah.
is the biggest possible mistake someone can make. Have you got any ideas, or is there anything that you would call out as perhaps something different that you feel people should just be aware of as a mistake that perhaps you've not, you noticed
Okay.
this time around?
Yeah, I think obviously it is a main thing. Get your first 6-star champion, and I feel like it's such a common phrase, right? We all
Yeah.
use it. It is kind of true to an extent, but at the same time, I'd say, guys, don't feed all of your epic champions you're pulling to get that 6-star in like the quickest time possible. Now that might take you an extra day. It might take you an extra 2 days, but I do strongly believe that that's not the way to go because these champions are going to be helping you build your squad, so you're not just like a one-man team once you get your 6-star champion. Because I've seen that mistake a bunch of times, right?
Yeah.
Everybody just feeding all the epics in, trying to be the first one to do it.
You're so desperate to get the
Yeah.
6-star straight away that I actually thought about feeding the Shinura, and I was like, don't be silly. Like when I
I was the
do
same. I was the same.
Ascender, like when I do Ascender, she's going to be, at least for Faction Wars, really helpful.
Yeah, and
she's
even
just
for
gonna be
me,
so strong.
I was gonna feed my Infernal Baroness, and then I was actually, do you know what? No, I'm not gonna do this because she brings 2 AoEs, right, on her abilities,
Yeah.
and she's gonna be a great candidate for stun set in the future for like other stuff. So, and she's carrying me through Spider as well. So I thought, let me just invest a little bit more time, an extra day or two, and farm up another champion instead of taking her out the equation just to get a 6-star quicker. Because I
Yeah.
know that we had CVC coming up, we had champion training coming up, and there was no reason for me to like rush at it like full steam ahead when I wasn't the first one to get 60 in the challenge anyway. So I already lost that. So
Yeah. Well, we'll see
yeah,
though, because the leaderboards is not just the first, is it? It's like first one obviously gets 10 points,
yeah.
but second place 9 points, third place 8 points. So I did start to see people clocking them up. I was like, I just got to get mine done.
No, I get it because
I'm so competitive. I'm like, I've got to get going.
yeah, I think the thing with
Yeah.
me is I felt like I got lucky with El Hain because I was mentioning to you before we started recording that I'm actually farming Brutal Campaign
Yeah.
with El Hain at a 5-star, so it's completely fine for me. She
That's
is
cool.
she's 5-star ascended. She has got a ring on without an amulet, and she's in lifesteal, but she's doing the job for me, right? But the main thing for me is I want to start unlocking that clan boss damage because we need to start getting those rewards, right? And that's kind of the main focus. So, 100%.
How far are you on Clan Boss at the moment?
Clan boss, I'm doing. I believe I'm doing a 4-key without any 6-tier masteries. Oh, it's not going to show you. It's finished now. But I can top
Yeah.
chest normal now. I feel like once I
Four
get
key on normal.
4-key on normal, yeah. But it's
That's
very
good
close to a
effort, actually.
3-key. It's like 10k short, 20k short sometimes.
Yeah.
But once I get that mastery, I think it'll be a 2-key all of the time. And then I want to start moving towards hard and brutal. Hopefully by the end of the week.
Okay.
So, because I feel like I got the team to do it. It's just more like gear over champions for me now. Like, how much forged materials can I get? How much lifesteal can I get? How much masteries and 5-stars can I get? And I feel like I'll start to be able to speed tune something maybe for Nightmare Clan Boss, and that same kind of build will carry down into the lower stages. So that's
Yeah.
kind of my goal because getting those shards and getting all of those gems, by the way, which are very juicy. Yeah, we love a good
Yeah.
gem. Um, it's like the main things, right? But
Yeah.
Poisonous was also a big issue, but I managed to pull an Anax who brings it on the A2, I
Oh,
believe.
did you? Nice.
So
Nice. You
he's
know
been
what?
a huge
I
plus.
haven't pulled any epics from shards. Even though we had 2 times ancients and all that, I've only pulled rares every single shard.
Really?
Brutal on that.
Damn. Did you see what Deadwood was out there popping sacred shards on stream?
Oh, see?
I think he got like an
Nice.
Ugo or something. I was like, damn, that's insane.
Damn, yeah. Deadwood's
Yeah.
got like 2 legendaries. He already had Deacon anyway. Now he's got Ugo. What? What is this
Yes,
game?
I was in the same boat, man. I was like, damn, I'm not getting nothing. I was stressed out. I was only getting rares, and then I managed to get all of the missions done, and I pulled 2 good epics, and then I got the Jamasa. The community helped me get one of those.
Yes.
I've not used her yet, honestly. I don't know if I want to use her yet, because I feel like she's not gonna. Where do you use her at the moment?
So,
At this
so
early
for
in.
me, she was actually, and this is something I was meant to call out earlier. She was easily the biggest change for me to go from, levels I was struggling with El Hain
Hmm.
to beating those levels. And
Okay.
I actually was really surprised. She is really strong as a support. So for me, it was just like the campaign, getting those 3 stars on levels, which were a bit challenging to do before that. And then pop her in a shield set, and she's just basically the carry that helps your El Hain get through the different levels. Sometimes my El Hain was going down. She does the revive. Sometimes I needed to get back to El Hain's abilities quicker. She does the heal with turn meter fill as well.
Oh yeah.
And And sometimes, like this is, I haven't booked her out, so this was just pure luck. But sometimes she does that clutch sleep. She sleeps someone. Like, I think it's like a 30% chance on her A1.
Oh, on the A1, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, if I could just sleep this one, I'll get through it. I was like, bam.
Oh, man, I love it. But there's been definitely a lot of highlights, man. What was your highlight anyway so far? Like, what was the thing that you was like, oh, this is, like, we did it, sort of thing? Apart from the 6-star.
Oh, yeah, that's a tough one. I think...
Like, one behind the scenes, I guess, that no one's seen. Maybe something you're struggling with the hardest, and then when you've done it, you was like, yes, I finally did it.
I think probably some of the... Like getting through more to Macabre first time on hard, like you know where he just like he's like at perilled like 3 of my team. I had just 1 left. I'm pretty sure it was actually I fed her now, but my war priest was last man standing with like 2 HP or something. She literally went on, hit him for like 1,000 and took it down. Like it was hairy stuff. It was fun. Like
yeah.
The biggest overall thing for me is starting a new account. It almost like revitalizes my energy in this game. Because I find it really fun. I find early game really fun. I think, you know, you've got all these challenges again, which perhaps we don't have so much with our main accounts anymore. And so I mean, that side of it for me is awesome. Like, I really enjoy.
Yeah, I felt the same. I felt like it's touching base with what got me into Raid in the first place, right?
Yeah.
It's like you get to relive everything that you really enjoyed doing before even YouTube or anything, and just the main thing that brought us into the game. And I'm definitely feeling that. Like, I've not even touched my main account, guys. Apart from the Fusion stuff, I've just been free to play, and I've been loving it, man. Yeah. There's been, obviously, apart from some challenges and all of that, but that just comes with the territory, right? We expected it. So
yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, definitely. Well, look, I think we kind of rammed it home. I'm going to be going on to YST's channel now. I think we're going to be YST. What are we going to talk about on your channel today?
We'll talk about the most biggest question in Raid: who should I 6-star first, and who should I 6-star next? And I feel like it's a very important topic. So
awesome. So I will be linking YST's video once we've done it down below. Come and check that out as well. Make sure you go and subscribe to YST. He's one of the best content creators on the scene. YST, thank you for coming on, my friend.
Anytime. I appreciate you reaching out and getting me on for this one. I really enjoyed it, and I can't wait for the next time.
Nice. Cheers, guys. We will see you later.